Good afternoon. My name is Alina Shautsova. I'm an immigration attorney from Brooklyn, New York. In today's video, I would like to share with you just a very recent news that came out today, and it will be relevant to those who are being sponsored, and of course, mostly it will be relevant to so-called sponsors. So what's happening in the United States immigration law is that when a person applies for an immigration benefit, a green card, an immigrant visa in the United States, most likely in almost all situations of family-related filings, a person will have to, an intended immigrant will have to produce an affidavit of support signed by a sponsor. And sponsor is always a petitioner, a person who is petitioning the immigrant into the United States. And a sponsor can be somebody who is a joint sponsor, somebody who is undertaking responsibility of making sure that the immigrant is not going to become a public charge in the United States, together with a sponsor. That's a joint sponsor. Usually it's a friend, family member. Sometimes people execute an affidavit of a household member, somebody who resides in a household together with the sponsor, and says, listen, I will add up my income in order to meet those financial obligations, in order to make sure that an immigrant is not going to use public benefits. Which public benefits we're talking about? Well, primarily medical insurance, of course, free medical help. Sometimes cash assistance, SNAP benefits, so-called, variety of different public benefits that are federally funded public benefits that are being provided to people in need in the United States. So today, USCIS stated that they're starting a new initiative. The abbreviation for it is SAFE, and it's basically an initiative to share sponsors' information with federal agencies that provide public benefits to immigrants, including immigrants, so that agencies will know sponsors' information and will be able to hold the sponsors responsible. Okay, so that's what this news and this initiative is about. It's about the new program, new system, new database, I guess. It's called Systematic Alien Verification for Entitlements, SAFE initiative. And according to USCIS, it will enable agencies that administer federal means-tested benefits to ensure more effective compliance with the federal laws, regulations, and policies related to financial support of aliens by their sponsors and agency reimbursement. The way it works is that when a person signs, a sponsor signs affidavit of support form I864, which again is necessary in almost all cases of family-based immigration. A sponsor is signing a contract between the sponsor, the person he is sponsoring or she is sponsoring, and the government, United States government. Okay, and according to that contract, if you actually read the contract before you sign it, which you should do, sponsor is responsible for the benefits alien may apply for. Sponsor will have to reimburse the government for the value of the benefits the alien or the immigrant is going to use. For example, your friend came to you and says, listen, I would like to sponsor my mom, but my income is not enough. Could you please sign I864 form joint sponsorship with me so I can sponsor my mom? You say, yeah, sure, of course, my income is enough. I'm not planning on sponsoring anyone anytime soon. And, you know, you may not even have any contact or any relationship afterwards with a friend, with mom. and several years later you receive a document saying that you owe 40, 50, 60, 70, 80,000 dollars because unfortunately, friends, mom got not well and had to use medical insurance. Okay, so how the government will find you, the joint sponsor? Well, that's how. Before, I'm not sure how exactly this mechanism was working, but now, basically, the minute you sign the documents and provide them to USCIS, your information will be entered into the system, and the database will be shared with various federal agencies that provide like Medicare, Medicaid, and so on, that provide financial assistance and various benefits to the immigrants. Okay. Now, when your obligations start and when do they end if you're a joint sponsor? If you are a joint sponsor, your obligations will end when the alien becomes a citizen, for example. Okay. Of course, with alien's death, right? So that's pretty much the most two common grounds. Meaning that, for example, you helped your friend who was marrying somebody and you became a joint sponsor for your friend's spouse, right? What happens if there is a divorce between the couple? Are you still responsible? Yes, you are. So would be your friend, the former spouse of the immigrant. The obligation to provide support and be responsible for somebody does not end with a divorce. That's very, very important. Many people confused about that. But also true that if the immigrant is working, all right, most likely they will simply not qualify for those benefits. So if they're financially well off and they're working, then they do not qualify for the benefits, and you don't have to worry basically about being sued later by the federal government asking for the money back. All right, because what happens is that to qualify for something like Medicaid or cash assistance, a person has to show that they have no income. In the United States, that the standards are very, very tough to meet to qualify for those benefits. All right. So, but just remember, when you sign something, it's a serious situation. Okay, it's not just a paper to help your friend. I'm not talking about people who are signing for their own family members, because of course they first of all don't have a choice, and second, they understand that they usually they understand that they will have to be responsible for their own family members. I'm talking mostly this information is relevant for so-called joint sponsors, right? A person who usually not a family member, not usually, sometimes not a family member, just a friend, and they sign paperwork, and then they find themselves in this tough situation when they potentially may owe thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars to the United States government. So now we know that definitely they will owe this money if the person they're helping, they're sponsoring, is going to use the federal benefits. Why? Because just now, as I stated, the United States government said that there will be this united database, okay, where various agencies will easily access information regarding sponsors, where they're at, and how to find them, how to request the money back. So that's the important news for today. I have more videos about affidavit of support, and in where I speak in detail about when the obligations, financial obligations end. Okay, it's very important for you. So if you are considering sponsoring someone or helping someone to sponsor someone, you should absolutely educate yourself about the consequences and know basically that it's a serious document you're signing. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you If you find this video helpful, please share, like, and subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you soon.